knowledge on movies, fashion, heritage, and contemporary music, dance, comedy, festivals, cultural orientation, and travel. Every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. with Frank Meke and Bunmi Bade 𝗪𝗪𝗪 on Mainland 98.3 FM. Sponsored by National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
This is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Nigerian creative culture sector comes on radio. It's not of festivals, cultural orientation, and travel. Every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
Indeed, a very, very beautiful morning to us all out there. Are you joining us here on Mainland 98.3 FM for the very first time? This is Creative Nigeria, a show that comes to you every Thursday morning here on Mainland 98.3 FM, every 10 a.m. So you're just in time for this another scintillating edition of the show. My name is Bunmi Bade 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, and I don't do the show alone. Frank Meke is here. Good morning, Frank.
Well, good morning. Let me say,
and welcome back.
So we can really engage our people. So today, as usual, is a loaded one. So I hope everybody stays tuned. If you are driving, kindly just park because we have last mile in the house. Park somewhere.
Park somewhere. That is Wednesday, just a few days ago. Today is the 5th already. So about 5 days ago, it was our Independence Day for Nigeria. And as we say on the streets, how is market in Nigeria now? How markets? Our new segment, sponsored by Hek Travels, unveils the many tongues-in-cheek felicitations by our leaders in Lagos. The FAIR Lagos State Traffic Management Agency is the beginning of wisdom for motorists and visitors. It is a frosty relationship between car owners and the agency. And on Villa Square today, we have Mr. this morning to the many painful encounters of the agency in our Villa Square segment. Here, also on the show, we are futuristic. And so, to get the country thinking ahead, our segment called the Green Nigeria segment by Bade still had her talk to us about, some of the trees that grow in the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 conservative area. And so we'll be taking it further today. And we also have in the house this morning 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 the way there. But he's in the studio right now, and he's bringing us laughter to our table. And then we'll move to our music segment, where we're going to be calling out our leaders to check how far they have led us in this past 63 years. It's a new administration, relatively new, but we've celebrated about 100 days each of all of them, and so it's time to start looking for accountability where that they are concerned. 𝗪𝗧 𝗪𝗧 by Dr. Sir Warrior is a message worth thinking about. So what happened in Oyo last week? Frank Meke is here in person. We'll be hearing more about that from Frank when we get to that segment. Anchor Insurance is ever with us. So what are you still doing? Good morning and welcome to Creative Nigeria. And please do not change your dial. Remember, you can watch us live on Mainland FM 98.3 on Instagram, Mainland 98.3 FM, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Creative Naija TV. That's Creative Naija TV. Just type that in and you'll see us there, and you'll watch everything that we do here live. See all the beautiful faces, all the handsome faces in the studio this morning. We'll be back after this break.
Country people, una don hear about NICO, National Institute for Culture Orientation. Na Naija powerhouse for all our cultural informate. We them arranged to touch light with different Naija culture, language, history, tradition, and our way of life. We join 200 million Nigerians together. We they help make peace, security, and national. NICO they also partner local and international agencies them like UNESCO to help us maintain and grow our ogbonge cultural assets them. We they very important to our national development. NICO na agency wey dey under the Federal Ministry of Information, Culture and National Orientation. NICO Abuja office, thin and build our culture for national development.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. We move now to our Green Nigeria segment. Bade is on standby to bring us the tidbits for today. Enjoy.
Once again to the Green Nigeria segment of Creative Nigeria Mainland FM. I'm your uncle, 𝗪𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗏, and today we'll continue on the series of the plants of the 𝗪𝗪𝗁 Conservation Center. Today, our plant of choice is 𝗪𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗏, also known as the wild cabbage tree. The wild cabbage tree is an evergreen tree that can grow from heights of 6 to 20 meters tall. The diameter also ranges from 15 to 55 centimeters. Interestingly, this tree is used in traditional herbs. This plant is commonly harvested in the wild. It's a source of timber. It's also used for dyeing clothes and making soap. It also provides shades for those of us who love to sit out and enjoy the tropical African breeze. This plant's range is from Sierra Leone all the way to southern Sudan, Kenya, Angola, Zambia, and Tanzania. There's primary rainforest and secondary forest, and at elevations from the sea level to 1,500 meters. There are no known details of cultivation of this plant, but it's mainly propagated by seed, the dispersal of its seed. In most West African countries, this plant is widely used for medicinal purposes. It could also be used as a purgative and diuretic. The roots, the bark, and the leaves are used for diverse health problems, such as regulating the menstruation, inducing labor, stomach ache, fever. It could also be used as a wash, bath, or vapor bath to treat leprosy and other venereal diseases. Interestingly, the dry leaves are taken to treat jaundice. You see that this plant is very rich in a lot of medical use to treat other diseases. The twigs, the bark, a combination with other plants as well. So the bark and the stem have shown potent anti-ulcer properties as well. The wood ash is used and perishable, is used in making crates as well. It's also used in making canoes and for fuel wood. So next time you are out there in the 𝗪𝗪𝗁 Conservation Center, look out for the wild cabbage tree. This is 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗪 𝗪𝗏 handing over to Frank Meke.
At Anchor Insurance, we will always turn up for our clients when it really matters. We put in 100%. Come to Anchor Insurance.
You are the best. You are the very, very best. Oh, yeah. You make our world go round. And this is why we'll always be our anchor.
Insurance is that place where insurance truly works. What better place to hear about that on Creative Nigeria? And joining us via the phone lines this morning.
Good morning, Madam Bunmi.
Good morning.
It's Frank there.
Frank is here. Good morning.
Good morning,
Mr.
Frank.
𝗪𝗪𝗁, I'm here today. I'm not seeing you. You promise I'm going to come around, but let's just leave it like that because of that's one of those things.
Yeah.
When you belong to Anchor, Anchor they're very busy.
Yeah.
But we need to anchor ourselves one of these days. Okay. So
Of course, yes.
good to hear from you again.
Thank you very much.
Welcome again. About the householder insurance. Sorry, the house owner insurance, because before that we talked about the householder insurance, and you were able to tell us the difference between the two. In the studio this morning we also have a house owner insurance. I am under the impression, I'm assuming that he has a house that he owns. So we want to be able to talk about how the sum insured for this particular package? How is it determined?
Man in the house. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Okay. Yeah, so the sum insured is determined by, first of all, establishing the value of the property, of the building.
Yeah.
Then the contents. As a house owner, you can either stay in the building or you rent inside the building, if any.
Yeah.
Then there's this other interesting aspect that relates to liability. That is the public liability aspect.
Yeah.
All buildings are required to be insured and have an extension for liability risks that will cover injury or death to persons that do not have any business with the building or not connected as an occupant of the building or premises. So the house owner policy is extended to cover this risk. So when you factor the building, value of the building, the content.
Interesting. I don't know if Frank has any question for you, but I want to ask if the policy can be combined, for both householders and house owners. Can there be, such a policy where...
Yes, definitely can be combined. You can choose to combine the policies if you're staying in the building as a house owner and as a householder.
Okay. And these liabilities that you just talked about, do they, you've answered that question.
And one of the basis of sum insured, if you're extending to cover the rent, you inform us of your basis of sum insured.
We take it, how can we get to them? Because how does it get across? Because if some people become Mr. Uncle, talking here on phone about we want more, and then we can then sell this product because it's very, very one. Mr. 𝗪𝗵𝗁 is here and he's smiling.
Let's just have the number in case.
You can NG.
Okay.
.ng.
Okay.
I think these are the most.
And of course, on your website, there'll be phone numbers there.
Of course, yes.
Other information.
Of course.
Always great talking to you, Mr. 𝗪𝗵𝗁 𝗪𝗴𝗁. He represents Anchor Insurance, householder insurance policy.
Thank you very much, Bunmi. Thank you very much, Frank. And thank you very much, distinguished member of 𝗪𝗵𝗲, and of course,
that was a special greeting.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay. All right. Have a good day, sir.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, yeah.
All right, that was our Anchor Insurance segment, becoming a staple on this show, really. Insurance is household, insure your house, and all of that. We'll take a break now, and in the house this morning, we want to take you on a lighter note. 𝗪𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗴𝗋 is on the ready, and he'll be back taking you on after this break.
My country people, na me they call. All right, my country people, na me they call 𝗪𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗵𝗲 on top of Creative Nigeria for mainland FM 98.3. Who am I? English. Do you know who am I? I look at say I'm a you can know say these things. If you reach island, if you see advert, you will see nourish your strength. You will see advert like salvation is here tomorrow. But the one I see from mainland, from my area, the one I see yesterday, I already see some. See, Nigerian advert, the kind of advert that they do for Nigerian movies. If you want destiny of a great kingdom, rest upon the shoulder of a young warlock. His name is Merlin. Try out for India. You go hear something like sometimes you go hear Z word extraordinary every day. But Nigerian advert, once you don't put your CD inside, round you can't hear hey he don't come again, oh he don't come again, my father's number 2, oh when I see where go they fly, you see where quickly they die rapper, see where people they die for this village, who are this movie 𝗬𝗵𝗲 Meke, Frank Meke, Bunmi Davis. The one they tell people now grab your copy now.
Oh, it's a troublemaker.
It is.
I was thinking that I was going to even poke at our brother from last
the fear of 𝗪𝗪𝗲 is the beginning of.
You just get a number. All right, I think we just go straight.
Yes, we go straight to Villa Square.
And Mr. Adebayo, we just go straight to Mr. Adebayo. Mr. Adebayo, welcome to Villa Square of Creative Nigeria.
Thank you.
You are the man on the hotspot. You can see people, everybody. I say everybody is afraid of you. I'm just saying, everybody, every Lagosian, once they hear,
as long as you are a motorist,
and it's like if your BP is 0.2,
to witch hunt you.
No. Actually, let me first of all say thank you, Mr. Frank, for having me, and Madam Bunmi. I want to appreciate every one of us, every one of you in the studio as well. Before I move into those that died at the unfortunate incident that happened at 𝗪𝗪𝗁, that was the day before yesterday. Yeah. It was so fatal, and we pray for Almighty God to give them the fortitude to bear the loss. It was a very, very unfortunate incident at the end of the affairs. Anyway, now to the question you've asked. The frosty relationship that you put into 𝗪𝗲 doesn't have any issue with anybody, in as much as every motoring public, both private and commercial, decides to at least cooperate with behaving yourself. You don't need any issue. You don't have any issue with any traffic officer, apart from even not only 𝗪𝗲, even with police and some other traffic agents of government. You don't need to have any. You don't need to entertain any fear.
Yes.
Once you decide to, no, you want to outsmart others who are with you on the road. That is where you have issues with traffic officer.
Okay.
Not only 𝗪𝗲, but any other traffic.
Our focus really is on 𝗪𝗲.
I'm only putting not only 𝗪𝗲 so that don't believe
so
that
there's
only
𝗪𝗲 that it can do that.
But
your uniform, singles you out.
Distinctly
single you out, so we know the police uniform. Also that, but 30%. I told you this one. 30% of those who visit Lagos are possibly not Lagosians, and they don't really know their way around. Where is discretion? Where is the management of human elements here? Because sometimes there's overzealousness on the part of some of the traffic board, both for the motorists, and everybody. Somebody is just coming into Lagos. Because everybody comes back here on the, it's like.
Are you talking about first timer in Lagos?
No, yeah, it could be first timer, it could be second timer. It takes a long time to know a city, really. A moving city like Lagos, it takes a long time. Even if you live here, it takes you like an average of 3 months for you to really know for you
to get acquainted with all the relevant road signs.
True that.
All the corridors within the roads. Who is visiting America? Let's assume New York City for the first time. Just because he drives in Lagos, getting to that place now, just jump into a vehicle and start driving to drive. You have to get yourself acquainted with various road signs. You have to get acquainted to the interconnectivity of most of this road.
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying? We are telling them that first of all, get acquainted.
True.
Put a lot of people into causing serious obstructions on the road. So these are the things we are telling motoring public, that look, first of all, get yourself fine. At times when you have such visitors, you have our officers that use their discretionary whatever to say, okay, fine, you are saying you are first time, but don't do that anymore. But that is not part of the law. It's a discretionary thinking that they use. The law doesn't look at penalty. It might be minimum that you have to pay. Because once you said you are a first timer and we issue you a referral notice after being contravened, when you get to a mobile court, if you tell the magistrate, sorry, I'm a first timer, I might say, well, fine, you are a first timer, little amount to the government for you not to come again and be claiming that you are still a first timer, so that you know that something came out of your pocket the other time when you are
contravened. So you will not do it again.
So you will not do it again.
Okay.
And we have a lot of our officers that does that on the road with using their discretion. Okay, you can go. Okay, you can go. Okay, you can go.
Okay, I try to.
You are not only even first timer.
Yes.
Even some people that were even that based in Lagos.
Okay. True.
A lot of few people share their experience with 𝗪𝗲, telling you that they love this 𝗪𝗲 officer. So impede the free flow of traffic. You don't expect 𝗪𝗲 officer to now be telling you that, okay, for somebody that drove against traffic in area prohibited by law, that is one way. And you are facing upcoming vehicle. Do you expect a 𝗪𝗲 officer to tell
be friendly?
No, they could be friendly in a manner of approach. So, but you expect the last
Yeah.
Also to engage, and I know people like to reach you.
Yes.
If they have issues,
Yes.
where it's like you have to go through the son to get to the father. So maybe we just look at the phone numbers they can reach you. We're going to come back to take calls here because of our time, but we will do that today so people can reach out to you. So how can they reach you? Yes.
To reach 𝗪𝗲, probably you have a comment, complaint, or commendation.
Yes.
You could reach us on the 081 00 565860, 081 00 565860, 081 299 28515, 081 299 28515, 081 299 28503. And this last one, we strictly put it there for WhatsApp only. That is, you could send us pictures and videos. 081 299 28597. And on our social media, you could reach us on Instagram, @𝗀𝗏, on Twitter, X. You reach us at follow 𝗪𝗲. On our Facebook, 𝗀𝗏, YouTube, 𝗪𝗲 TV. And if you want to send us a message on our email,
We have a caller already. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name, where you're calling from?
My name is Victor. I'm calling from Shomolu.
Well, go ahead. Talk to Mr. 𝗪𝗲 this morning.
It's a pity that the government of Lagos, Lagos is overcrowded, and they are looking for ways to remove people from Lagos. When I went to collect my Lagos State Drivers Institute,
yeah,
one of our teachers told us that 𝗪𝗲 have two major work in Lagos: control traffic and arrest. I said he now told me that correction is not part. Listen to that correction in the House of Assembly of Lagos State, which is very, very, very wrong. Okay. Even God of heaven can control you, can correct you.
Thank you.
So finally, let me digest a bit to that. What happened at Agod Palace, where that man called one way. That part of the road is completely bad. Come to manage and drive my vehicle gently on that bad road. But I see many vehicles they pass that one way to link the road at the front.
Okay.
But me, because I don't stay here, I don't know any 𝗪𝗲 there, I will going there gently. That was not one way. That is government failure.
All right. Thank you so much, road. Victor, for calling.
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with 𝗪𝗲 there. I'm annoyed. They are very, I don't know. I'm annoyed.
We know.
Victor,
yes.
I think what we do,
yes.
we're just going to come back with 𝗪𝗲.
Exactly.
He's going to answer that question. Let's run through our segment.
Yeah.
We'll come back to him. And then because Mr. 𝗪𝗲 is getting engaging, the state of the roads, does it also contribute to people
exactly
doing one way? Okay, all those things. And of course, we also look at the law setting up 𝗪𝗲. We're going to look for it. I'm sure we're going to come back to you after this time out. Just hold your answers to that last caller.
I just wanted to say that it's so important to get feedback, and that's one of the feedback.
No, I love, this is the essence of our presence coming here. You see, from what he had said, I feel for him, and at the same time, I have to put...
We have quite a number of news stories to cover this morning. We'll be back after this. This segment is sponsored by Hek Travels.
For services, how do you come by?
I use the services of ticketing, insurance, visa, and provides pocket-friendly fares helpful in this new and international tourism holiday packages with detailed country situation reports, car hire, and hotel reservation.
Where can I locate Hek Travel Agency?
Very easy, my friend. Hek Travel Agency is located in number 2 Ibro Avenue, Rainbow Estate, Ikoyi. Telephone 0806 24 63292. Hek Travel Agency, always in touch.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. This is our culture, technology, festivals, travels, hospitality, music, movies, brown water economy, insurance news, and sports tourism. Reading our leaders take vintage positions on issues concerning Africa's biggest black nation, it looks like half-hearted confessions of a serial sinner. 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗏, a former vice president of Nigeria and an opposition party candidate, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's national broadcast on the Independence Day was empty and uninspiring. Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State says Nigeria's diversity provides plenty of options and calls on Nigerians to unite. To the Yobe State Governor, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪, Nigeria must show commitment to nation building. And to Charles Soludo of Anambra State, those waiting for quick fix and mere wishful thinking. Governor 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 of Osun State put off his dancing shoes and advised all hands to be on deck, irrespective of political persuasions. Kano State Governor, despite tribunal ruling against his election and a hold on his demolition spree, says principles of equality, justice, and governor who is waging war against motor parks operators, transporters, and market leaders with the sleeping under mountainous dustbins in the state. The time has come for Nigerians to live in peace, be united and show love to each other. Be supportive to the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In nearby Oyo State, Governor 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗂𝗪 says that though Nigeria is at a crossroad, the tenacity of his suffering Nigerians in the face of all odds is heartwarming. To the prelate Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Dr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 as there's nothing to celebrate. Must take precedence over and above all other interests, and urged the people to stay strong in the face of adversity. The early morning operational sing-song of Lagos bus conductors is ebbing out due to the impact of subsidy removal, which has forced bus drivers to do away with their co-pilot, quote-unquote. These days, across the bustling city of Lagos, the dramatic presence of bus conductors has reduced, with motorized bikes preferring bicycles to reach out to clients in different parts of the city. Motorized bikes use fuel and come high on maintenance costs, which bicycles do not. And then the NANTA president, Mrs. Susan Akporiaye, has taken the course of travel technology campaign across Africa, birthing new thinking on affordable tech. She advised on tech travel solutions broadly affordable to travel trade professionals and hospitality industry players, noting that Africa, Nigeria in particular, is a hotbed. The Innovation Summit, which was hosted last year by Namibia. She has been an untiring advocate of youth in tourism in Africa, particularly mentoring tech startup entrepreneurs. Nigeria's tourism ministry slipped into deeper inertia on critical activities as the leadership of the Nigeria Tourism Development Authority (NTDA) and its vocational training wing, National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism Studies (NIHOTOR), are still battling with identity and delivery mandate needed to oxygenate the newly created stand-alone. So this morning, do we have enough time to have a few discussions on some of the topics, here?
We'll just talk about Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I'll just end up here by saying what they tell us, you can't find it bearing. So I think that's all it. So somebody somewhere is not really, and that's why we are 63 and we're still talking, we don't have water, the roads are not good. That's just, signposts that the deliveries are shortcoming, expectations. So that's what I need to add on this because we don't really have the time. So maybe we'll do music and then we'll come back, Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 and we're expecting Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is going to be hot. And we're thinking to create time unless we maybe drop other segment. So maybe early in the morning by 7 a.m. they will possibly just bring him here and drill and drill and drill. The essence of it is really to create a relationship. Because you are serving people, so we needed to have that. Like the man who spoke. Choose music, if we are ready for it, and then we'll come back to Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙. But that's not quite checky.
Yes.
It's an evil word, and it means please be accountable.
Check yourself.
Check yourself. Take note. So Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is here. And we're saying,
Let's check LASTMA.
Let's check LASTMA. We are here to check the temperature.
Check it.
I can see the reaction of one of those who has gone through surgery of LASTMA. And like he said, most people don't know how to reach out when they have issues. Of course, the phone numbers have been rolled out.
I've rolled out the number, but let me quickly pick him from the angle they instructed them or lectured them, and this driver this to do. He's not a traffic officer. The person is just their responsibility is to educate you on road signs and what have you, and issue you a driver license. The Lagos State Transport Sector Reform.
True.
But it has to correct most of these abnormalities. But what we are looking at here is that we don't first time.
No, Mr. Adebayo, let's quickly look at this. Discretionary human face. The point is that we have not even seen the human face. Not to talk about discretionary, because all you see is the punitive measures, and I can see that young
other motoring public that are experienced in the other side as well. Very good side of the last one. You see, I'm not here to champion a cause that last one is 100%. You know, in every organization you have
bad eggs,
elements,
sure.
In every organization. Ability to manage these bad eggs, that is the responsibility of. Some of them have been suspended. Some of them even have their employment terminated. You see, that is on the part of LASTMA, even on the part of motoring public. A LASTMA officer was trying to say, okay, my brother, what you are doing on highway is wrong. And he hits this LASTMA officer as I'm talking to you. But of course, that is not to say that they should not be a kind of, there will not be kind of whatever they are doing. Then on the part of the motor, whatever they say you should do, we put up a jingle of recent informing them about the passenger who want to drop them, but make use of designated. You cannot park. Once you park, you'll be booked.
True.
And you have a lot of motoring clients. It's a great offense in
abroad. It is.
So these are the things we are trying to enlighten them. But I know. You do say there is no how human being will work. Any wrongdoing with any LASTMA officials, or you feel that you are aggrieved with any activities of LASTMA. That's the reason why we are reeling out our hotlines. This time, initially we had 2, but the present management decided to add another 2,
and that's
so
great.
That we could reach out from different. Then automatically, I'm telling you, this is not issue of maybe within 9 and 10. No, just put a call across. Test this very line first and see.
May have a way of harassing.
We are going to establish a very good relationship. Even if you have complaints with
Bunmi, time as usual is not on our side.
Never our
But
friend.
again, we're going to have Mr. Adebayo back here.
Please.
We start off with him next time and try to, this is a magazine program. But again, because Lagos is critical to tourism in Nigeria, it's one of the cosmopolitan. And how many people here? Conventionally about just called a management company.
It's called a management. Because of managing this woman being the traffic you are talking about, you still have some recalcitrant one that want to impose their will.
Let's talk about those who are obeying it. So, we will do that again.
I'm looking at the time. I'm like, we are completely out of time.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I just want to say thank you to.
I promise to be back here.
All right.
So that we'll have more time to at least.
It's important.
Talk with our friends outside there.
Yes.
Gentlemen, please just take it easy.
There are still a lot of calls coming in.
In fact.